Hello, people out there. Today I am back out on my hunt for a big river bass. I'm in Covington, Louisiana, fishing a pond that connects to the Bogafly River via a small canal. I've got multiple big bass out of this pond, so I've been eager to give it a shot again.
What is that? It's a fish. There was a fish trying to get something over there. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, there he goes off, man. Ah. Okay, drag a little bit fire. Drag this slip there a little bit, so I'm upset because I haven't caught a fish in a long time, but I'm not that upset because it's not the 5-pound bass I'm looking for. But it's been a while since I've caught a fish, man. Man, it's been a while. But every bite you get gives you a little bit of a clue as to what the fish are doing. And that right there was nearly textbook. Nearly, because I lost the fish, but that was nearly textbook. You see a fish chasing something, you cast at it. That was about maybe a pounder, maybe pound and a quarter.
With not much luck there, I decided to move further down the river to Bogafly Park, another place where I've caught a couple big bass in the past.
I'm gonna finish off this square bill and then go back to the swim bait. Actually, no, I think if they don't bite a square bill, they're probably not gonna bite a swim bait. Square bill is probably the best bait that you could use right now. Well, one of the best baits you could use in this area in these conditions. Swim bait lives to see another day. That's a fish. That's a fish. That's a good fish. That's a fish. That's a good fish too. Oh, what is this? It might be a spotted bass. By the way, it's fighting. Oh, this thing is dogging. If this is a largemouth, this is a hard fighting largemouth. Jeez, this thing is nearly taking drag. I think it is. No, I can't see what it is yet. Yeah, I think it's a spot. Jeez, man. This thing's gonna rip the hooks out of its face. And a lot of people will make the mistake of rushing a fish like this. You never want to rush a fish on treble hooks. That is how you get hooked, and that is how you lose a fish. You do not rush a fish on treble hooks. You just let them work themselves. Let the rod do its job. And hopefully you'll get them in. This spot, it's a spotted bass. This spot is dogging the crap out of me though. All right, let's see. Okay. Oh, here we go. Just spotted bass. Yeah, he wasn't getting off.
Hey, first one, you just started?
About an hour so far. Hour into fishing. On the square bill. And there we go. Now that is not a largemouth bass. That is a spotted bass. And if you watched my previous video, I talked about the differences between a largemouth and a spotted bass. One of the key differences is the mouth. The mouth is much smaller on a spotted bass than on a largemouth bass. And spotted bass also tend to fight a lot harder, which is kind of why I thought it was a spot. By the way it was fighting, this thing was dogging the crap out of me. It's about maybe 1.5 pounds, maybe pushing 2. I put him at like 1.75, 1.5, somewhere around there. But this is my first Bogophylia spotted bass in a long time. And I've been fishing this river for a while and not catching anything. I've gone so many skunk days. This is my first time trying this spot in a while. But I've just not been catching anything, man. Nothing. This is my first bass in a while. My first bass in a while. I've been having so many skunk days. There he goes. There he goes. That makes me happy. I have not caught a bass in so long. It's been so long. And that was on the Googan Squad Banger square bill crankbait. And this is my favorite color square bill crankbait. It's a blackback chartreuse. And it's perfect for these murky water conditions.
That spotted bass was a nice bycatch, but it's not the big river largemouth that I'm looking for. So head back up the river to a different spot to find some deeper water in hopes of finding some bigger fish.
But no, boat traffic, I don't think we should really be an issue. There's always been boat traffic on this river. Back in the day when I used to fish and I could catch fish. So what changed? I think it's probably just fishing pressure. Not boat traffic, fishing pressure. More people got into fishing. Because that's what happened with a lot of the waterways down here that used to be good bass fisheries back in the day, and now it's so hard to catch a good bass out of them. It's not just the Bogophylia River. A number of ponds around that used to be good aren't good anymore. I mean, hell, even one of my old reliable spots, 2 of my old reliable spots where the fish would always bite. 2 ponds I used to go to where you could catch good quality fish pretty easily. Can't do that no more. You either get skunked or you really gotta work for them. You'll either get skunked or you really gotta work for those fish. It's almost like trophy fishing, but instead of catching a trophy fish, oh, what is? Oh, that's a gar. That's a gar. That's a gar. That's a gar. That's a long-nosed gar. Okay, let me try not to get hooked by this one. But that's a pretty decent looking, decent size long-nosed gar. It's gonna go under the tree. Okay. I really need to tire this fish out, and I'm afraid he might throw the hook, throw the hooks, because the last time I hooked one of these fish, the fish hooked me in the knee, right here on this log. Gar, especially long-nosed gar on treble hooks, are dangerous. Like, he can even just throw the hooks and that jerkbait can just come flying back on me. Okay, I think he's only got 1 hook. I think I just saw one of them pop out. Would really like to get this fish in and show y'all this fish, but I can't risk getting hooked. I need to tire him out before I try to mess with him. And that's a mistake that a lot of people will make on treble hook fish. They'll rush a fish in, not tire it out, and then they wind up getting hooked. So I'm just gonna work him out until I believe he's thoroughly tired. And then I'm gonna try to land him. Oh, look at that jump. Yeah.
Crazy.
He must be hooked rather well. I can't really bring him anywhere right now. I gotta tire him out. Oh no, I'm gonna let him go. Okay, where can I take him? I can't pick this fish up on this log. I don't believe I can pick this fish up on this log safely, at the very least. I would like to get him on the beach, but that would require me getting into the water here. That will require me to get into the water. The beach is the easiest way to land them. It's way over there. And it's a good ways away. All right, let me see if I can get in the water here. It's going that way. See if I can get him turned around. I am amazed that the hook is still in him. Okay. I'm gonna have to walk to the beach. There he goes. You're going where I want you to go. Oh, hole. Found a hole. Let's hope those hooks stay in him by the time I get to the beach. Coming on up. All right, just drag him onto the sand. Come on. Drag him onto the sand. Come on. Come on. Come on. Drag him up. All right, there we go. We got him. We got him. Okay. Not out the woods yet. Still gonna get those hooks out. Because this is the most dangerous part. The most dangerous part. Longnose gar are the worst with this. They are the absolute worst when it comes to unhooking them. Okay. Oh, it came right out. It came right out. All right, there we go. That is a longnose gar. I believe that's only the third one I've ever caught. Yep, that is a good size longnose gar. These guys are pretty prevalent here in the Bogafly River. Not the fish that I'm after, but I'm quite pleased with this fish. Been fishing here for quite a long time. I've not been catching anything. I've been seeing these guys rolling all around, rolling at the surface. I saw one. I don't know if it was wait for this ambulance to go by. But I saw one roll at the surface. I don't know if it was a longnose or a gator gar. He was pretty big. It looked at least 4 feet long. Longnose gar, the second largest species of gar we have here in the States. They can reach up to 6 feet long. So pretty close to the size of a large alligator gar. And they get their name because they got a needle nose, kind of like a needlefish. And these are the best gar to use, the best gar to catch on lures. They don't take bait that often. They often bite lures, which I'm not that surprised I caught them on a jerk bait. But I did catch my first one on a live bluegill when I was catfishing. So let's say that they won't take bait. And these guys are pretty rough to handle. They're not as slimy as spotted gar. They're not as slimy. The scales are a bit sharper than a spotted gar. But isn't he a beaut? It's about 3 foot. If this was a spotted gar this size, I would be very pleased. I would be very pleased if this was a spotted gar of this size. Would like to get him washed off a bit and get a decent picture of him. Got sand all on him. Okay. And these fish, man, they just don't stop fighting you. These fish can survive a long time out the water. Gar are very ancient fish. Gar are a very ancient fish. Their lineage. Come on, stop fighting me, man. The lineage dates back all the way to the age of the dinosaurs, back to the Cretaceous period, about 90 or so million years ago. Yeah. Okay, yeah, gar are a very ancient fish. The lineage dates all the way back to the age of the dinosaurs. So they've evolved to breathe air in low oxygen water conditions. You'll see them rolling at the surface, gulping air about every 15 to 20 minutes, giving themselves away. All right, I think he's had enough of me now. He's gulping. He took a gulp of air right there. Let him recover before letting him swim off. Not the fish that I'm after, but I am quite pleased with that. Have not caught a long-nosed gar in a while. There he goes, he's ready. There he goes. Woo! I'm pleased with that. One of his scales sliced open my finger there. I told you they got sharp scales. They do have sharp scales. All right, there he goes. You just see him roll right there. Took a gulp of air before going back down. I'm pleased with that. I'm pleased with that. Not the fish we're after though. Not a gar. That must have been a gar. That had to have been a gar. That had to have been a gar. Had to have been a gar. It's right up in there where they've been rolling up at. And ain't no way I should have lost them that easily. Oh, big fish, big fish. That must be a gar. Is he gonna stay on though? Oh, it's a good one. That's a good size gar. That's a good size gar right there. Oh my, oh, there he goes. Did you see that? Goodness gracious. Man, these are so hard to hook. Even on triple grips, they are still shaking the hooks. Not the fish we're after, but God, are they hard to hook.